Real grade Destiny Gundam. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert1D4, 2Rs2Bs, GundamReviews.net, which is also gundam.tk, and you've already seen the unbox and the plates for the real grade Destiny Gundam. Let's take a look at all the completed parts before it gets turned into a very deadly looking MS. With the help of the manual and some seals there, these very colorful empty plates are going to be giving you the weapons that you'd expect there, the shield. You'll notice some decals there on the actual wings themselves. And then it's time for all the body parts, which are as you'd expect, and have your Ziploc handy, because there's going to be lots of extra beam effect parts and especially manipulators. Bottom to top, what are you going to get? Well, first of all, for real grades, it's always great to look for color separation there. But you'll notice that what you're mostly getting here with the lighter gray and the darker gray, it's actually going to be split on the back. So you're not going to see anything fancy there from the front. It's the opposite of Batman's Two-Face there. But up here, you're actually going to have a little bit. But you'll notice that because this knee is so predominant, it's going to be blocking most of those two colors there. Up here for the hip, you'll notice that you're going to get a nice swing there, and it'll go 90 degrees up and down. But yes, real grades, do they get any better? Check this out. You can bend this. You'll notice that the black part is going to be coming out on the top. No issues whatsoever getting it down there over 135, almost that magical 180. And it's just going to be smooth. You might want to be a little bit careful when you're putting it back into a fully attached position. But very, very impressive, and you've got some nice color apps there, with the blue looking particularly good above these pockets, and these parts are actually raised out, so if you want to go ahead, it's cool because they're actually etched, and you're just doing sidelining there, so you get great effects overall. And how about this, even on the back, you're going to have a thruster part that moves separately from the actual cover there. You can just move that down, and we'll also see some cool parts there. With the foot itself, look at this bend down here, but you don't want to go much more than that because you're going to start to dislodge this front, the top white part there. The toe will go up ever so slightly, though it doesn't really want to stay, and the heel is going to be nicely locked, but overall, very well done no matter what angle you look at it from there, as you can even see piping on the inside under the protector. And with these real grade frames being so impressive here, if you want to take the ankle and bend it all the way back or forward, you'll see that you're going to have this slide part there, and that these parts on the front shin only is going to be able to move up and down quite well, and if you put it in a neutral position, it's going to be stuck just like that. Great waist section here, which is going to be cleverly accomplished, as you've got the light gray and the dark gray, but this part underneath, you're actually just putting in the one part, so it's going to be showing through in two places. Always a big fan when that happens. Different colors there, including the blue, and I've got some brown lining there for the red. And on the back, again, you're going to have the same trick with the two tones. You can put the beam rifle in there, and these parts can swing forward master grade hip style. The chest is going to be absolutely rocking it here for a few reasons. First of all, again, you've got these great shoulders that are going to go all the way back in, which is going to allow the shoulders to come out for a great move there. The purple part here really sets it off nicely, and it goes under the armpits there, and up over what would be yellow there for the RX-78-2. Little details like this small red piece against the all dark neck there is looking great. The abs themselves, though, are going to be revealing on the inside here an opening cockpit, so you can go and slide this in and close it all up there. Very impressive for this scale, and you are able to wiggle the abs off to the side and forward and back, and it actually feels like it wants to stay there. But how about this for the side pockets? You've got black with red that's going to go there on the inside to reveal more black on the inside. Same idea up there inside the gray, tons of color apps, very short distances, impressive. These real grade arms seem to be getting better and better there, as this is going to just attach neatly into the shoulder. You'll actually just put this in and bend the whole thing back there. But you'll notice that it's going to have some color differentiation in there with what you could call black, but the shoulder itself is going to move up very nicely. And of course, we all want to see what's going to happen with the boomerangs there. You'll notice that it's going to be detaching, and it's actually got some nice gray and the black there. This is what's going to be revealed, but the fact they've got that small red piece up there, you know that would have been a seal back in the day, and everything goes together very neatly. Rotating as you'd expect there, and for the elbow bend, you'll want to look at it from the inside here. You're going to get this part showing off this part in the back, which is looking good. Gray, white, gray is exactly what you want to see. Well, white if this was a good guy, and you've got that split down there on the forearm. Shame that it's going to be lost in the back. And then you've got these great looking gauntlets that even though they're only one part, but they're going to do a good job of being above the manipulators. Because even though it's going to be ultimately redundant here, you've got 7 different hands that you can put on. This is going to be the weapon holder for the beam rifle, as it's just going to have the trigger finger forward. You'll notice that it's got the peg in there as well. And then on the front, you're going to have the blue and the yellow, which just look fantastic. You've also got the 3-finger trigger finger splits if you want to move them around master grade style. You've also got just your regular semi-closed fist there. Those are going to be off the B plate. But yes, my favorite combo in Gundam vs. Gundam, grab somebody's head and blow them up. You can do it with the left and the right hand here. And it should be noted that if you want to take a look at the blue and the yellow, that these two are going to be unique, but on the other ones, they are not, which means they could have just given you 5 sets of manipulators with only 2 sets of the blue and yellow, but they just went to the trouble and they gave you the 7, so you've got lots to choose from quick and easy. The beam rifle is a lot of fun in-game here, and it's going to be looking good in real grade form, thanks to the fact that they've cut out some of the gray there, so it'll expose more of the dark colors on the inside. This is where it's going to attach onto the waist section, and this is where it's going to plug into the hand. On the back, you've got a dark part there. The disappointing part is that we've sort of gotten used to getting more clear parts for scopes. Not happening here in this scale anyway. The shield is going to attach into either of the forearms there, left or right, and this is going to be the first introduction of the seals here. I just put on the yellow parts there because I think they look good with that yellow part in the middle, and some gray lining as usual, and all you have to do with this is slide it apart, and you're going to be getting different pipes, it looks like, as you've got red, black, because of the black background, and red on the inside there, everything looking good. It does seem to be a little bit small compared to the proportions that we'd see on the master grade, but it's going to be looking okay on the inside and good on the outside. Which may be in contrast to the beam shield here. Some people are going to love it, some people will hate it. I'm actually pretty happy with the way it turned out here. Remember, this is clear plastic, and from the seals, one of the big disappointments is when I opened it up, is that all the blue is going to be coming from back here. And the interesting part about this is that you actually put the seals on the inside there. So you still are going to get some of the luster and the reflection that you'd be getting from the clear plastic there. It's just disappointing that this wasn't molded in blue, although it is going to be looking pretty good because of the way that this whole thing is carved. But Ale Gundam, get out of the way, because everybody wants to see the Destiny Gundam's wingspan back there. First of all, great details, as you'll notice black and red there inside the blue. This part can move up and down here, nothing too fancy. This is where you're going to attach on the weapon holders. But check this out. First of all, you're going to be able to move the wings around here, but it doesn't want to feel like it's going to move that much more. But you are able to move them up and down, and if you want to go for the big open here, you'll notice this one's going to come up, and then you can bring these ones up, and you can swing this whole thing up there. So you're going to be getting a decent range of motion. These ones aren't going to move individually, which is pretty much what you'd expect for a 1/144th, but the way they cut through there in the top is going to be looking good, and look at those details. Which will be even more apparent if you flip around to the other side. I was pretty lazy here, and I only put on half of them because I figure you're going to be looking at your Gundam from the front 99% of the time. But take a look at this. Basically, you've got the white seals on the black there, and the silver ones. Put these on yesterday, and of course, this is something you never want to see with seals. They're designed to be bent down there, and so yeah, they're going to look great when you put them on. And of course, after 24 hours, they're just going to be open right up. Disappointing. But otherwise, the white parts here, some of these are long. So this is a long seal that's going to have some clear parts there in the middle. Separate seal, little markings down there. And on the inside here, you'll notice that these ones are also going to be one long seal. So you've got them going over black, down a ridge, and then over on the red. So not all that great in terms of some of the construction, although it is going to take less time to put them on. But overall, the silver and the white details is going to make this look great, I think, when he's peacocking. But if you want to go anti-ship here, you're going to be somewhat impressed, I think. First of all, it's great that it's got this black frame there on the inside. That's going to fit into the hand. And when you put it all together, you've got a few separate pieces there. But really, the only color differentiation is going to come through this purple part, which is cut out to expose some of the black. And then when you open it up down there, you're going to see a lot more of that black inner frame. But the details down here with the white blade is going to be good. Remember, you've got an effect part to put in it. But the reason I've got the ale out here is that when you put these together, this one ultimately is 5,000 when you put it all together, and this one is going to have very few parts. It just definitely feels like they were trying to keep it at that 2,500 yen price point. With the cannon being pretty much the same thing, it is going to have that nice red detail down there. Lots of edging possibilities, although I didn't go in there too hard with the lining. You're able to swing this part out, and you'll notice again that it's going to have that peg to fit into the hand. And when you open it up, again, the fact that they're exposing black on the inside there is a good thing. Very little of it is going to be showing through, except down here at the end. But again, the same idea. When you take a look at what you're getting with the ale here, in terms of, well, the perfect with the launcher, it's just got a lot more parts and a lot more details. This one, it's the kind of thing where it may not be deployed all that much, but the quality or lack thereof for these two weapons may influence you in how much you actually want them deployed. The beam boomerangs, when detached, are going to come in two flavors here, spicy and extra spicy. and you can take these and just move them around here, depending on which angle you want them shooting out at, but great DX style flaming ridges down there. The effect parts when they're in are going to be okay. You'll notice that they're going to be coming out larger there and larger there, but you're not going to have the cool kind of effects. Again, it just seems like a little bit of extra attention was paid when you get the Skygrasper add-on. Lots of talking points here for the weapons and the body. I've got to say that putting the frame together was great, and these simple yet effective, we have to see how they're going to stack up to that near perfect strike back there. Anyway, everybody, thanks again for watching, and stick around to see it all put together. Bye. Forget about blue. This is how you peacock.